Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Romanya'nın en büyük üniversitesi Babeş-Bolyai University'de İngilizce lisans ve master eğitimini Carmen'den dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Carmen, the stage is yours now.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar. This webinar will be focusing on the academic offer of Babeş-Bolyai University. A Romanian university, as our colleagues mentioned earlier, located in Cluj-Napoca, so in the central part of Romania. Because I'm not able to see you or to read your questions at this point, I will just go ahead, make the presentation, and at the end I will read and answer your questions that will be posted in the chat. So, my name is Carmen Țicșorean and I'm from the Center for International Cooperation of Babeș-Bolyai University. The Center for International Cooperation is the department of the university in charge of the admission of the international students. That means that all the applications, all the informations, all the details that you need will go throughout our office. Let's start the presentation by saying a couple of things about the higher education in Romania. You must know that in Romania there are private and state universities. From this point of view, Babeș-Bolyai University is a state university, meaning that we have partially funds from the government and we have the tuition fees of our students. Another aspect concerning the universities is that there are 5 different types of universities. The first type is the one that Babeș-Bolyai University is. A research and teaching university and a general university. What does it mean? It means that we have all fields of study except medical studies, engineering, architecture, botanics, medicine, and arts. So we are teaching all other fields of studies, and during the presentation you'll get a little bit familiar with what I'm saying. The studies in Romania are bachelor, which are 3-year programs, master, 2-year programs, PhD, 3-year programs, and post-PhD studies for 2 years. There are a few exceptions. One is the fact that the law, for instance, or engineering are not bachelor 3 years, but are bachelor 4 years. In this case, the master will be only 1 year. Basically, this is known in Europe as the Bologna process. Those are a few information about general education, higher education in Romania. A second one concerns the admission. There are 2 types of admissions. One is for the Romanian student and one is for the international student. And today we'll talk about the admission of the international students. What you see on the screen is the main building of the university. I must say that our university is the oldest university in Romania, founded in 1581. So in the 16th century, late 16th century. It started out only with 4 faculties, but right now we have 22 faculties in different fields of study. This building was erected at the beginning of the 20th century, and it looks a little bit like other universities in major cities in Southeast Europe. The university was founded as a Jesuit college, and during time he went through different transformations, different changes. It was a Hungarian university, then a Romanian university, again a Romanian university, so different changes. But the bottom line is that it always has been a higher university, a higher institution with best credentials. You have on the screen right now, and the presentation will start a little bit we'll mix the location of the university with the central market of the city. Babeș-Bolyai University, it's located, as I mentioned, in Romania. The orange one, it's the shape of our country. Central Eastern Europe. And going a little bit further, just to have an idea, the capital city of Romania is called Bucharest, and the city where the university is located is called Cluj-Napoca. We are pretty close to the border with Hungary. Basically, the distance between Cluj and Bucharest is the same with the distance between Cluj and Budapest, the capital of Hungary. Let me tell you a couple of things about our city, because it's important to know where do you come. And the structure of our city, the ethnic structure of our city, basically is reflected also in the structure of the university. We are located in the heart of Transylvania. Transylvania is the name of the province of Romania. Romania has different provinces like Bucovina, Oltenia, Dobruja. These are the major provinces of Romania. The population of our city is more than 400,000 inhabitants, plus more than or approximately 100,000 students. Those are students coming from Cluj, so from the local city, different cities in Romania, or international students. We are proud to say that we are a multicultural city, which offers a lot of cultural activities during the entire year. We have museums, parks, sport facilities, botanical garden, swimming pools, and so on. Plus, we are a hub of the young people, let's say, because many film festivals, music festivals are organized each summer. The most intense period of time from the point of view of cultural activities, it's May till August. And also it's a good place to start a career or to start your own business. Just to have an idea, our city, Cluj-Napoca, it's also called the Silicon Valley of Romania because of the big number of IT companies. Basically, we are a university city. We have 5 state universities and some private universities. Let's see a couple of images from inside the city and the university. You'll see the downtown, let's say, of Cluj-Napoca, some panoramic views, Romanian Opera House, the building of the Technical University, the building of Babeș-Bolyai University, the College of Economics and Business Administration. You have some images from inside of the college, some of the labs within the university, and events that are organized yearly. Color Run, it's one of the most well-known marathons in the city. Some images from the opening of the academic year 2 years ago. An international high school in Cluj. Images from Transylvania International Film Festival. The central park of the city. A festivity hall and the stadium, one of the stadiums. We have 2 stadiums. Untold, maybe you heard about it. It's a major event in Eastern Europe. Van Buren, it's one of the most well-known guests. So just to have an idea about the city, you can find more details, more videos about our city on the internet. It's important to know that if you are going on the street and if you don't speak Romanian, it's not a problem because you will find someone to help you. The majority of the population is speaking English or other international languages. It's a safe city. We have an international airport with direct flights from Istanbul, for instance, daily flights from Istanbul, low-cost companies that are connecting the city with the major capitals or cities in Western Europe. And this will be about our city. I won't say anything more because I'm sure you'll be able to find more details on the internet. And from now on, I will focus on the university. And I will tell you at least 5 things that may be important for you in choosing a university. The first one, talking about Romanian universities, Babeș-Bolyai University has the longest academic tradition in Romania. In the international and national rankings, the university is placed as the best university in Romania. Also, it's important to know that being a research and teaching university, you as a student will have the possibility to do research, to work in labs together with your professors, or to do practical work, which is very important because, theory is one, it's more abstract, but when you have to put it in practice, it will be different. Another reason is the fact that the degrees offered by Babeș-Bolyai University are fully recognized all over the world. You won't feel like a stranger. I mentioned in my previous comments that we are a multi-ethnic, multicultural city. The situation is the same within the university. You see on the map that there are colored spots and gray ones. The colored spots are the countries from which our students are coming. As you may see, we have students from all over the world, and we are proud that they are part of our community and they are sharing their experience with our students. And if you are curious to see from which countries the students are coming, you may have a clue by reading the names of the country on the screen. Talking about Europe, we have students from Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, UK, Netherlands, Poland, Serbia, Ukraine, Hungary, Sweden, so many European countries. Going a little bit down towards the south, we have also from Africa, Cameroon, Congo, Guinea, Nigeria, Senegal, Morocco. South America, Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Peru, Bolivia are just a few of the countries. We also have from the North American countries, US, Canada, Mexico, but we also have from Southeast Asia or from Middle East, Egypt, Kuwait, Lebanon, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey, Cyprus, Israel. More than 1,300 international students who are receiving their degree at Babeș-Bolyai University for bachelor and master level. But those are not the entire student population, international student population, because we also have exchanges. And those exchanges are for 1 semester or for 1 academic year. Basically, each year at the university, we have more than 2,200 international students coming in each year. The students, as I mentioned, they have the possibility to enroll for an undergraduate program, a bachelor program, for a master, or for a PhD. The number of programs and the students are quite high. In total, the university has more than 44,000 students enrolled in different specialties, and probably around 200 different specialties within the 22 colleges. We are proud to say that the ratio between teachers and students is around 12 to 1 for the majority of the fields of study. Of course, in the field of theater and film, a special case for our university, the ratio, it may be sometimes 2 to 1, so 1 professor for 2 students. For the undergraduate level, bachelor level, you can see that the offer is quite wide. We have courses in English, in mathematics, computer sciences, physics, chemistry, chemical engineering, environmental sciences, environmental engineering, security studies, finances, management, accounting, international business and economics, international relations and European studies, business administration, political sciences, communication sciences, administrative sciences, and physical education and sport. The same offer is valid also for the master programs, but we have some extra programs like chemical engineering, like philosophy, like law, political sciences, accounting, communication sciences, journalism, a wide range of fields of study to choose from. Our university, as I told you, is offering a wide variety of fields of study. We have mathematics, informatics, physics, chemistry, biology, geology, law, physical education and sport, 4 faculties of theologies, business, economics, European studies, history and philosophy, let me see, administrative sciences, public health, political sciences, communication, journalism, history, philosophy, environmental sciences, psychology. Not all of those are in English. The programs that I mentioned before for the bachelor and for the master specialization are all in English. Our university has 3 complete lines of study, one in Romanian, one in Hungarian, and one in German, for all the fields of study. For English line of study, we have the specialization that are right now on the screen. Of course, if you want to study psychology, for instance, or science for education, which are offered only in Romanian language, you have the possibility to come and study for 1 year the Romanian preparatory language. What is this? It's a program, an intensive program, 1 year program, 2 semesters, the first one a general one, the second one a specialist one, in which you will get to the B2 level. B2 level meaning that you will be able to study at the university in Romania. The program starts in October and it's ending in June. Basically, this is the structure of the academic year of Babeș-Bolyai University. Always the classes are starting in October and are ending next year in June. But if you don't have time to study for 1 year, and this preparatory year, it's very useful also for those who are interested in studying medical sciences in Romania. Why? Because even if the program in the medical school is offered in French or in English, entirely in French or in English, starting with the 3rd year of study, you will have to learn Romanian. Why, you will ask? Because you will have internships in hospitals. You will have to go in the hospitals and speak with the Romanian people who are ill and are there to be helped. And if you are not speaking Romanian, it will be very hard to treat them or to help them in any way. Because the medical school is a very tough one, you won't have time to study Romanian during or at the same time while studying the medical studies. That's why it's advisable for you to come first for the Romanian preparatory year and then to enroll and continue your studies at the medical school. But if you don't have time, the university is organizing each year a Romanian summer program. It's a 3-week program, 20 hours a week. The classes are held in the morning and in the afternoon. We are organizing different cultural activities. If you are passionate about languages, or if you are studying at the university at the bachelor level and you want to improve your knowledge about other countries, this international summer program, summer course, is the best opportunity for you to find out more details about Romania, talking about language, culture, and civilization. It may be a good incentive to you to decide if Romania is a good country to study. This year, the the summer program will be organized starting with July 19 until August 6, and you still have the possibility to apply for it. The information are on our webpage, and at the end of the presentation I will show you where. Let's see a short presentation about this international summer program. Okay, and I will give you now some information concerning the facilities that the students of Babeș-Bolyai University are enjoying. And I will start with something that it may be very important for you. Once you are a student at the university, you have the opportunity to experience a different education system, which means that you have the possibility to apply for a scholarship and to go and study abroad in another country worldwide within the Erasmus program, for instance. Or you will have the possibility to go and study in Central Eastern Europe in one of the countries, including the CIPUS program. You'll have the possibility to apply for a DAD scholarship and have a German experience, for the Fulbright program and go to US, or for the Macovets program, which is a program similar with the Erasmus, but only for the Hungarian universities. And there are many other opportunities like exchanges within the inter-university agreements or other scholarship opportunities that are coming every year. They are not mentioned here because they are changing every year. Those that you can see, they are permanent programs offered for the students in order to study abroad. Let's see a couple of the facilities of the university. What you can see are the dorms of the university. The university has 3 campuses with dorms for the students. Those dorms are offered for the international students, some of them, and the quality of them is quite good. The image is from inside different dorms. There are different offers. One it's to share the room with only one person, so double occupancy rooms. Or you can share the room with 2 other colleagues, meaning triple rooms. Or we have rooms with 5 people in the room. The price is according to the conditions. So the cheapest one is the one where you share your room with another 4 persons. The most expensive one is the one that is a double room, meaning you are sharing your room with only one colleague. You have your private bathroom and your private kitchen. They are cleaning the room and changing the sheets, but you have to buy pots and plates and other things that you may need in the room. The students usually are leaving behind, the international students are leaving behind different objects in the common kitchen, so if they are there and you don't want to buy, you can use those. All rooms are connected to the internet and they have other facilities. For instance, you may wash your clothes in the dorm for special prices offered by the university. Next to the dorms are the canteens and the cafes of the university. They are located within each building of the university, like in each faculty, but also in HDU campus. HDU campus is the main dorm campus of the university. What is important to know is that the prices are also subsidized here, and the students can eat there from Monday till Sunday, lunch and dinner. And just to have an idea, if you want to have lunch at the university cafeteria and you have a soup, a main course, and a dessert, something sweet at the end, you'll have to pay around 5-6 euros, which is nothing if you think about the quantity of the food that you are receiving. Of course, we have the possibility to order in from different private restaurants. There are fast foods like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, KFC, Subway, Taco Bell, and other small similar fast foods. We have different type of restaurants like Indian, Turkish, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese. You can eat also at the mall because the city has different 2 big malls, and there you may have a food court and choose from different type of foods. Of course, there are expensive restaurants and not so expensive restaurants, so everyone can find something good to eat and for an affordable price. Student life. The student life is not only outside of the university but also inside of the university. The faculties are organizing conferences, projects, activities for the student, and at the same time you may enjoy the facilities the university has, which means the university library. You can see here the main library of the university, but each faculty has its own library inside of the college. One important thing about this service, about the library, is the fact that you have access to free of charge to international databases, which are quite expensive. Maybe you don't know, but in order to have an annual plan to international database, it will cost around 20,000, 30,000 euros per year. The university has 6 or 7 international databases where you can find books, articles, different types, scientific and non-scientific, and you can download them from there and use them as resources. Also, the library has an electronic library, so digital scan copies, the largest periodical collection in Romania. We have the student organizations, we have the student sport teams, and if you are good in football, rugby, swimming, and other sports, you may join the teams that the university has. We have almost 20 cultural centers, Chinese, Japanese, South Korean, Polish, Italian, Spanish, Russian. There are many foreign cultures. They are organizing events. They are always looking for someone to help them. We have a Turkish cultural center, and they are organizing lots of events, and they need the help of the students, which may be a good practical thing. We have two botanical gardens, one in Cluj, one outside of Cluj, green areas that are special and enjoyable, especially in the summer. We have a swimming complex, and we have several museums that are belonging to the university. All these resources are located in Cluj, but because we are a big university, we have more than 200 buildings all around the city. We have also locations outside of the city, especially created for the students. We have a castle called Alcalia Castle. We have a training and leisure camp in Babeș, a city not too far away from Cluj, and we also have two other locations close to the Black Sea and to the Danube in the south part of Romania. Outside of the city, we have the festival, the malls, the theater, the sport competitions, and many of the events that the international students can attend, events organized by our student organization. And I will share with you probably one of the most important things. This is the page, the web page of the Center for International Cooperation. You have here the address CCI. I'm sorry, I don't know what is not going back. I will open directly the page of the Center for International Cooperation, because if you intend to apply as a student, as a candidate in our university, you will have to access this web page. So our center, again, it's called Center for International Cooperation. Here you have the general email address. If you have information, if you have doubts, if you want to know something, you may write an email to this address. You have the address of the web page here. And there are a few sections that are important for you. The one is the section of the degree students here, and the second one is those with practical information about Cluj, about accommodation, about medical care, and about legal procedure. Medical care means that if you are a student at Babeș-Bolyai University and if you have less than 26 years old, you may have free of charge medical insurance, but if you have more than 27 years old, you will have to pay for the medical insurance. It's not much, it's about 50 euros a month. You may have a plan from the Romanian government or a private company. I would recommend the Romanian government. And then legal procedures, basically, they are information concerning the resident permit. As far as I know, you may have the right to enter Romania as a tourist, but if you want to come here as a student, you have to apply for a visa. That visa will be valid only for 3 months. And you will have 30 days to prepare the documents that you will find here as a list. You can open it and you will see what you have to do in order to stay legally in Romania. Basically, what papers you will have to submit to the Romanian Immigration Office. This permit will be issued once at the beginning of your studies, and it will be valid for 3 years. Of course, if you are changing the dorm or if you are changing the place where you are living, you may also live in a private apartment, for instance, if you want. But if you are changing the place of your livings, you will have to apply and communicate this information to the Immigration Office. Hopefully, it won't be the case. Going back to the degree students, the application form at the university, it's very easy. I would say that probably the easiest thing that you will have to do. As you may see, we have students from other countries and students from European countries. Students from other countries meaning that are not coming from the European Union countries. If you click on this link, you will see that every year the admission is starting you cannot see here, the admission is starting in April and it will end in September, in the first days of September. Basically, you may submit your application form by the end of August. If you are paying attention to this section, you will see that you will have admission procedure for the master and bachelor. You will have admission procedure for the Romanian preparatory year, and you will have the academic offer, meaning that you have to click on this link and you will see here, for instance, that the Faculty of Mathematics and Computer Sciences is offering places for international students in the field of computer science, which will be a program in English for a tuition fee of 5,000 euros a year. You will have to multiply this with 3 in order to find out how much it will be the tuition fee for the entire study. Or, for instance, in the field of mathematics, they have mathematics and for computer science in English and in Romania, and the tuition fee is the same. But if you go, for instance, at the Faculty of Business, you will see that they have business administration in Romanian and in English, business administration and hospitality services in English and in Romania. And for this case, the tuition fee is 3,000 euros. As you may see here, the tuition fees are different from one field to another. And depending on what you are interested in, you will have to open and see if there is a program that matches your criteria. So these are for the bachelor and for the master program. If you want to study at Babeș-Bolyai University, I will open this one, you will have to submit a file by email, meaning that you will have to put together some documents like an application form, a contact information form, and you can see this form are already uploaded in the internet. You just have to fill them in. High school diploma, a bachelor diploma, the transcript of record. Of course, the bachelor diploma and the transcript of the bachelor diploma, it's required only if you are applying for the master program. If you are applying for a bachelor program, you will have to submit the copy of your high school diploma, transcript of records, birth certificate, passport copy, a medical certificate, a language proficiency certificate, and there are some exceptions. For instance, if the language in your country it's English as a second language, or if you studied for at least 4 years in that particular language, and you have to pay a processing fee of your file of 50 euros. You'll have to gather of these documents, put them together in a file, and send them to my colleague Corina Toria. If you read these documents, you will have a clear picture of what you need. It's quite easy, it doesn't require much time, and once you submit the paper, my colleague Corina will check them, and at the end, if everything is okay, the Ministry of Education will issue for you a letter of acceptance. If you have doubts about your linguistic competencies, you may check this link and you will find different information about different certificates that are accepted by our university, and of course you will have the level of proficiency required. You'll just have to check the information. Basically, this page, I will go back, so we are on the main page of the Center for International Cooperation. You have to go there, students from other countries. Click here, and the first thing that it's opening are the information that you need. The procedures, the academic offer, and the linguistic competencies. You'll have to put together the documents and send them by email. It is very easy. And if you have questions, the contact person is Corina Todia. You may write her an email and she will get back to you with more details. If you are interested in coming to Romania or to Babeș-Bolyai University, I would say that it will be advisable to also check our and give us a friend, the page, the web page, the Facebook page of the Center for International Cooperation at Babeș-Bolyai University. This is the web page. You can just give us a like and we'll keep you up to date with all the information, also by email. You can text us, but because it's an informal means of communication, we'd rather appreciate if you could send us an email to this email address or to the general one that is posted on the main screen. Okay, so this will be the presentation, and right now I will stop sharing my screen, and I would be happy to answer your questions. One thing, the university is not offering scholarships. The only scholarships that are offered are those offered by the Romanian Ministry of Education. And for details and for the application, you'll have to address to the Romanian embassies in your country. I will stop now and I will answer the questions if you have questions. I can see that someone wrote in Turkish something from the team.
Yes,
I suppose
Carmen,
it's all for the students.
So we have a lot of questions in the questions section.
Oh, in the question section. I'm sorry, I was in the chat. I'm sorry. The international students, they don't have a work permit because it's quite hard to have a work permit during your studies. During your studies, you can work for 4 hours a day. Once you graduate, the work permit, it's not valid for the EU countries. If you are finding a place to work in Romania, you will receive a work permit for Romania. And this information is valid for any other European countries. The work permit is valid in the country where it was issued. It's not valid everywhere. The master program is for 2 years. In general, there are 2 years, except the chemical engineering, environmental engineering, law, and engineering in general, where the master program is for 1 year. The language requirements, it was a question, I answered the particular questions saying that if you studied in English, you don't need to have a language proficiency certificate, but if you studied in Turkish or in a different language, you'll have to submit one of the certificates that are mentioned on our website, and I showed you previously. We don't have an entrance exam. There are just a couple of documents that you have to submit, and the documents are private documents like birth certificate, passport copy, medical certificate, and study documents, which are those concerning your previous studies, high school degree, transcript of records. If the documents are in Turkish, for instance, you will have to translate them in English or in Romanian. It's up to you. For the GPA, you have the information on the website, and it's depending much of the year. Which programs foreign students study mostly? I don't know, maybe business, but we have international students in all our programs in English. Maybe we don't have 10, 20 students, but basically we have international students in business, in journalism, in law, For each program, we have at least 2 or 3 international students. We don't have a nursing program because we are not a medical school. The medical school in Romania is a different university, and they are offering nursery programs. But in order to go there and enroll, at a certain point, you will have to learn Romanian. And if you want to learn Romanian, my advice is to learn it before you go to the medical school and to enroll in the Romanian language preparatory year. The information about the IELTS are also on the internet. I'm not sure about the number of points, but if you go on the web page, I will put it in the chat again, the web page. You will find information over there, and I will just put the link where you can find the answers about the GPA and the language certificates, because I believe it will be useful for you to have them there and be able to access them. We don't have, at the university, we are not offering working positions for the students. But many, because we are an open city with many international students, many international companies, many of our students are working, and they are working for Romanian companies or for international companies. You have to remember that it's your own responsibility to find a place to work. It may be a little bit useful for you to try to find a place where to work during your internship. The students have to follow an internship program in the summer, and the university has different contracts for the students for the internship. So once you go there, work within the company, it will be easier for you maybe to find a place where to work. And there are many recruiting agencies, announces on the internet. So if you are willing to work, it will be easy for you to find a job. And I believe I answered to all the questions in the chat. If you have other questions, I will be happy to answer to them.
We have a couple of new questions, Carmen, in the top questions sections. Could you please answer those too?
I cannot see them.
Okay, can you see it now?
I want to learn about average score. I already answered, and I already mentioned that we don't have scholarships. The only scholarships that are available in order to study in Romania are those offered by the Romanian Foreign Affairs. And for details and information, the students, the candidates, will have to inform and ask information from the Romanian embassy in their country. But I already mentioned this one.
Thank you for your answer. Also, we had another question regarding working and also studying.
Yes, I answered to that one too.
All right.
Quite in detail.
Like you have covered all of the questions. Thank you very much for your answers.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here with us today, and hopefully this webinar open a new opportunity for you, for all of you, and it will be a good chance to consider in applying at our university. and trigger your curiosity to find out more details, maybe aspects that weren't mentioned right now. Our university is a very big one, and it's quite hard to make a selection of what to say about the university. About the score of the university, the web page that I posted in the chat explain what type of degrees are recognized by the Romanian Ministry of Education, and those you must have those particular degrees. And about the score, it's based on the best score that you have. So if we have only 2 places and we have 4 candidates, we'll select the best 2 of the 4. So the score may be higher or lower depending on who are the other persons who are trying to attend the university.
Yes, thank you very much for your great presentation, Carmen. Also, I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. Babeş-Bolyai University ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için web sitesini ziyaret ederek orada bulunan mail adresinden iletişime geçebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda sizi altıdaki webinarımıza da davet etmek isteriz. Thank you very much again, Carmen. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon, all of you. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.